When it comes to writing code that's not only maintainable but efficient, the readability and documentation of your code are essential. By keeping your code readable, you ensure that anyone in your team can pick it up, understand it, and maybe even enhance it with confidence. This smooth collaboration and ease of debugging can significantly cut down on errors and the time it takes for new developers to get up to speed. Plus, when your code is clear and well documented, you boost the whole team's productivity. Documentation isn't just about peppering your code with comments, it's about giving context, explaining your design choices, and shedding light on the tricky bits that might not be immediately obvious. Both readable code and solid documentation lay the groundwork for a software system that's well-structured and easy to hand off, setting the stage for long-term success. Clean code is about crafting code that's a breeze to read, simple to maintain, and stripped of unnecessary complexities. Robert C. Martin, also known as Uncle Bob, really brought this concept to the forefront with his book, Clean Code, a handbook of agile software craftsmanship. The idea here is to focus on writing code that's not just functional but also intuitive and easy for others, and your future self, to work with. Clean code isn't just about functionality, it's about creating systems that are elegant, efficient, and ready for change. This means writing straightforward, duplication-free code with smart naming and sticking to design basics like the single responsibility principle and dry. The result is less buggy software, reduced technical debt, and a system that's both maintainable and scalable. Bob Martin's philosophy revolves around some key concepts that offer practical guidelines for crafting code that's clean, readable, and maintainable. Qualities that are foundational for building superior software that stands the test of time. In the realm of clean code, self-documenting code is a big deal. It refers to code that's so clear and self-explanatory that you don't need heaps of comments cluttering it up. The goal is for the code itself to tell you what it does, why it does it, and how, which lets developers focus on the code's inherent clarity rather than sifting through excessive commentary. In particular, Bob Martin suggests that you use meaningful names that clearly reflect what variables, functions, or classes do. For instance, instead of something nondescript like temp, names like user input or calculated discount instantly tell you much more. Keep your functions small, focused, and dedicated to a single task. This clarity makes your code much more digestible at a glance. Keep your code structure organized so that it adheres to principles like the single responsibility principle, making it much easier to navigate and understand. Opt for simple, expressive control flows to help anyone reading your code follow along without confusion. By embracing self-documenting code, you minimize the need for comments and make your codebase easier to maintain in the long run. This approach not only reduces technical debt but also keeps your code agile and adaptable to changes. While clean code promotes minimizing conversational comments, structured XML comments are invaluable for creating precise and up-to-date API documentation. By embedding structured comments right in the code, tools like Doxygen can automatically generate detailed docs that explain everything from class roles to method functionalities and parameter specifics. This type of documentation is not only comprehensive but also stays aligned with your code as it evolves, significantly easing the maintenance burden and enhancing API transparency. This systematic approach to documentation using XML comments ensures that any developer can understand the API's functionality, usage, and design intentions, fostering better collaboration and more efficient software maintenance. Clean code beautifully ties into standard software engineering principles, focusing sharply on simplicity and minimal dependencies, both of which are key for crafting maintainable, scalable code. Principles like KISS encourage straightforward, uncomplicated code. The single responsibility principle ensures each component has one job, reducing complexity, while drying avoids needless repetition, simplifying maintenance. Moreover, clean code advocates for principles like dependency inversion and the law of Demeter to keep components loosely coupled and easy to modify without widespread impacts. This makes the software more robust and less prone to bugs during changes. In clean code, comments should be the cherry on top, not the main ingredient. They're there to explain the reasoning behind complex decisions or intricate logic, not the what or the how, which should be clear from the code itself. This approach avoids redundancy, keeps the codebase clean, and makes it easier to maintain and evolve over time. By marrying clean code practices with solid software engineering principles, you set yourself up to develop systems that are not only efficient and robust but also a pleasure to work with.